World Health Organization recognizes burnout as medical condition.
Here's a summary of the article.
Geneva, the World Health Organization has for the first time recognized burnout in its International Classification of Diseases, which is widely used as a benchmark for diagnosis and health insurers. The decision, reached during the World Health Assembly in Geneva, which wraps up on Tuesday, could help put to rest decades of debate among experts over how to define burnout, and whether it should be considered a medical condition. The updated ICD list, dubbed ICD-11, was drafted last year following recommendations from health experts around the world, and was approved on Saturday. This is the first time burnout has been included in the classification, whose spokesman Tarik Jasarevich told reporters. The ICD-11, which is to take effect in January 2022, contains several other additions, including classification of compulsive sexual behavior as a mental disorder, although it stops short of lumping the condition together with addictive behaviors. It does, however, for the first time recognize video gaming as an addiction, listing it alongside gambling and drugs like cocaine. The updated list removes transgenderism from its list of mental disorders, meanwhile, listing it instead under the chapter on conditions related to sexual health.
This post received a score of 37,994, with an upvote ratio of 95%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
My mother had her master's in nursing and burnout was recognized by medical professionals a long time ago. I recall her talking about it in the late 70s and early 80s. What has taken the WHO so damn long?
That's partly because that's where the term originated, and it was perceived that only those in the helping professions could become burnt out for far too long. Thankfully, this has changed in recent years and has become picked up by other sectors, but in my opinion is still being somewhat ignored by the more traditional, slow-to-change, organizations.
I think burnout applies to any job you do for years on end where nothing really changes. It's a symptom of the human mind not being meant to do repetitive soul-destroying tasks every day. People will say if your job makes you feel that way, quit. Well, bills to pay, mouths to feed and all that. Real life isn't the movies and we all can't live our dreams.
Interestingly, I had the exact opposite experience. Doing a job that deals with constant changes and uncertainty is what led me to burnout. It is extremely taxing to deal with demanding changes, you cannot adapt. But I can see your point as well. I started to love repetitive work because of it, and it's one of the biggest things I look for in a job now, and am happy as a clam doing it. I think that's why we need to look deeper into what really causes these issues. I would guess it's a type of emotional drainage. Giving out more than you are getting back. No morale boosting or acknowledgement for what you do. It's either expected or people are too busy to take the time and just don't care enough either. Working in the mental health field, you see that a lot.
Yes, I see that being the key in the above too. You can have a shitty repetitive job that you put 20 into and get 0 back from, or a complex demanding job you put 40 into and get 20 back from. They're both just as bad as the other. Edit mentions some arbitrary numbers to illustrate a concept, and a bunch of ISTJs put their hands up to point out why the numbers are wrong actually. Yes dear, that was definitely the point of the post, Pat.
Z73.0 Moss wrote some interesting things about burnout syndrome. Research into burnout sometimes studies whether resiliency techniques may reduce burnout. Whether mindfulness and/or yoga can mediate the effects of burnout. There will very likely be literature published soon that attempts to demonstrate that resiliency techniques ought to be used to reduce burnout.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.